green flag stop. A massive movement off of pit road, and here comes another pack onto pit road, being led by Rusty Wallace, Davey Allison, Morgan Shepherd, Jeff Bodine also there. Here's Kernan again.
Robert Yates leds through, goes to work. Right side tires will go on. We're still waiting to see when Dale Jarrett will finish. His crew is up on the wall. Also, Joe Ruppin is in for 2 tires. Morgan Shepherd in for 2. Davey Allison is away, and Kyle Petty now heads down pit road.
Dale Jarrett's out there just running around by himself. I know he wanted to get 5 bonus points, but he has led 2 laps now.
Robin Pemberton wearing the crew cam.
That's how easy it is, folks.
Kyle Petty rolls the mellow yellow Pontiac off pit road, and John Kernan has another report as Dale Jarrett comes in.
The plan was to go to lap 50. Wally Dallenbach's crew had talked to Jimmy Makar to see if they could come in and pit together, but they wanted to lead, or stay out, lead a lap. I don't know how that will play out, but it will be right sides only for the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. The crew waiting. The right side tires already on, waiting for the last can of gasoline to go in. It's seemingly taking forever. Now he gets the okay. 16.4 seconds. Dale Jarrett is away.
Interstate Battery Chevrolet rolls again down pit road. And here come Davey Allison and Rusty Wallace. Along with Morgan Shepherd. Jeff Bodine is also there.
And now Dale Jarrett will not get his speed up enough to hook on to those front-running cars. He just went out of the pits, and they're going to blow right on past him.
Showing Mark Martin as the leader of the race, with Dale Earnhardt running second.
How can that be? How can Davey Allison and Rusty Wallace be that far behind these guys? Rusty Wallace, Davey Allison has got to be the leader of the race.
We'll check that. And now we're told that Davey Allison is the leader. Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because they both made very good pit stops, as they usually do.
As they usually do, yes.
Allison first, Rusty Wallace second.
And then it looks like Dale Jarrett is going to be able to maybe latch on to Earnhardt. There he is right at the back. And he might be able to have his speed up well enough to catch on to Earnhardt and Mark Martin.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to draft onto those. And there's a pack of about 2, 4, 6, 8 cars there that have broken away from the rest of the field. Those pit stops, as they normally do on a super speedway like this, pit stops will separate the field.
As Jimmy Horton, the red car on the outside, as Morgan Shepherd, Mark Martin, all those guys go by.
Morgan Shepherd being shown in 3rd place in the sit-go forward.
Remember, he won the race at Atlanta this year. So what we call a super speedway, not quite as super as this one, but Morgan is certainly a threat here today. But here are the two that are showing the way, while Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt and the others form a line to catch up.
So you can see, just when we talk about how important pit stops are and how critical it is that these guys make those 16, 17-second pit stops, you can see just how important they are, the pit stops, because we had a 20-car pack of cars. Now we have a 5-car pack of cars. 6-car, I guess, with
Boy, Jeff Bodine must have made a super pit stop as well. And the Bud Moore crew, the Motorcraft crew, have turned out some very, very good pit stops this year. So let's put him right up there in the top.
How about the pit stop, though, by Wally Dallenbach Jr., John?
Bobby, you may have seen it took him a little while to get going. Oftentimes, when you only do a 2-tire change and the tires are hot, you have cold tires, one side grabs, and you break an axle. I thought that is what had happened to Wally Dallenbach. Just talked to Howard Comstock. He says they think they've broken first gear. Now, that doesn't affect him out on the racetrack, but leaving the pits, it will affect Wally because he'll have to leave the pits in 2nd gear.
Drop back to 26th position while Mark Martin takes the lead away from Davey Allison. Dale Earnhardt comes to 2nd. And now Rusty Wallace drops into 4th, and then Jeff Bodine, Morgan Shepherd, and Dale Jarrett.
Boy, it didn't take Earnhardt long to go back to the front. Once he got out there, he was, what, about 6th or 7th when he came out of the pits. But he has moved right back up there now.
pretty impressive on Mark Martin's start. On his race, he started dead last. He now has the lead without the aid of a caution flag here at Talladega. Look, he and Earnhardt look like they're trying to drive away from these cars. Davey will get him in line, possibly catch back up, but Yes, Davey Allison has pulled back up on the back bumper of Dale Earnhardt.
Riding with Morgan Shepherd now in the Citgo Ford. Prepared by the Wood brothers, who have 5 wins here at Talladega. They're tied at the top of the chart, but Moore also has 5.
Now those 7 cars that we're seeing in the picture there are the leaders. There's another pack of cars, or perhaps a couple or 3 seconds behind them, being led by Jimmy Spencer. So Spencer lost a little bit on that pit stop group.
Here's another Napa Field summary.
As we look at Dale Jarrett trying to go by Jeff Bodine.
And Rusty Wallace going by Morgan Shepherd.
See, there are 33 cars still in the lead lap.
We have run all green so far. It's a little early to think about this, but there has never been a Winston 500 that's been caution-free. The fewest cautions previously was 2 in 1985 as Morgan Shepherd goes to the inside of Jeff Bodine.
Boy, if they aren't careful running side by side with no one behind them and no one directly in front of them, they'll lose the draft to that lead 5.
Yeah, they need to get in a line in a hurry. And they did that.
Mark Martin has taken the Valvoline Ford prepared by Jack Roush to the front of the field after starting last with a problem on pit road. We'll be back in just a moment.
Spencer and his group are catching up now.
Are they?
Yep.
That's Schrader.
That means he did not get it full of gas.
Yes.
Anything under about 16, you can generally.
I tell you what, there ain't no way. Yeah.
Thanks.
Earnhardt's back in front.
Spencer and Schrader have hooked up, and boy, they are coming.
Not impressive. They run 50 laps, I believe.
After 57 of 188 laps, Dale Earnhardt has reassumed command of the Winston 500, followed by Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, Davey Allison, and Jeff Bodine. And 6 through 10, Jimmy Spencer, Ken Schrader, Mark Martin, Greg Saxon, Ernie Irvin. Now 6 on back. They're in that second group, Ned, and they're catching the first.
No. They're in the first group.
Yeah, they are now. That's right.
Now.
Remember, I said a while ago they were a couple of seconds behind. Didn't take but a few laps. Jimmy Spencer was leading them with Ken Schrader drafting very closely. They've caught him now. Already gone through Mark Martin and have caught Jeff Bodine and Davey Allison. Greg Saxon that pack.
Ernie Irvin, there comes Sterling Marlin. So it looks like that the 15-20 cars are going to be hooked back up together again.
Yep.
Just like before the pit stop.
Well, Earnhardt and Jarrett hooked up again in front, just like at Daytona. Remember, Jerry?
Absolutely. Daytona Beach, Florida. What an incredible finish that was. And I'm sure one member of our group remembers it well, the father, Ned Jarrett. But you know, it's the same car that Dale Jarrett had in Daytona, but it's not the same car Earnhardt had. In fact, they want to go only with the winner. This car won the Busch Clash at Daytona, and it won here back in July 2 years ago, 1991. So a winner for Earnhardt and a winner for Dale Jarrett. And those two running awfully well. We mentioned fuel mileage. How important it is. After the first round of green flag pit stop, Earnhardt's crew calculated their fuel mileage. They can go maybe a couple laps more than they went on that first stop, maybe up to 50 laps. But the informal survey here in the pits gives